I'm Carly Findlay and I'm aged 30. Because disability affects so much of our lives, there's 20% of Australians that have a disability, and that I think that people need to be aware that having a disability isn't a bad thing, and also having a disability could happen, it could happen to them. I reckon it would be really good to have people buddy up or spend a day with someone with a disability to let them see how their day is, and that it's maybe not much different to other people's. I think also we need to share the positive stories, but maybe not heroify people as much as well. Just, if there's a story about a person with a disability, maybe don't focus on a hard luck aspect or a superhuman aspect. I don't know, just, we're everyday people. And also to let people know that disability isn't only visual, it can be hidden. For example, with my condition, I look red and sunburnt all the time, and when I tell people I'm not sunburnt, it's more of a consolation to them, but for me, I've got this condition my whole life, and I don't know, it's funny that people don't, they don't see that something could be more than superficial. I think that through telling my own story, it's helping people realise that, there's, they get to know me before they make a judgment, I guess, whereas in public, off the internet, I get the judgment before they get to know me. So that's really broken down barriers. I've had people email me to tell me that they've read my blog with their children to talk about how it's important to celebrate diversity, and they'll say that now their children understand diversity a bit more and understand the need for acceptance and inclusion. I also do TV on No Limits, which is on Channel 31, that goes out to major capital cities in Australia, and I've been doing that. This is the 3rd season now, so that's really great. It can help people like me to tell our stories, but it can also help people that ordinarily don't have a way to tell their story. I also write for other organisations, other websites like Mamamia, The Hoopla, Divine, ABC, so that's good. But I think as a blogger now, a prominent blogger, if I could say that, there's a responsibility as well to be a bit of a role model, and I don't know whether that sits well with me yet. I don't know, because it's almost like you've got to be the perfect sort of person because people are looking up to you and you're setting a good example, and you're supposed to do that all the time. So sometimes that can be hard, and I think, well, what will my readers think? How will this reflect on me? I think that it definitely can give people a way to connect that they haven't connected before. I know people that are very unwell and can't leave the house or hospital much, and they're able to keep into contact with their friends. It can also help people to find out other, connections with other people with the same conditions or disabilities. I actually did my thesis for my master's on how blogging helps people with a chronic illness form a sense of identity, and so for me it's just opened lots of doors for me. Without my blog I wouldn't be doing this, because you wouldn't have found me. And I think from a women's body image perspective, I think it's really blogging is so important to show the media that there's more to body image diversity than fat versus thin, and by everyone sharing their own stories on their blogs, they're showing a wide range of people, of images, of body shapes and sizes. That more people without disability will get involved with disability activities, that there won't be an us and them attitude, and that I think that people with disabilities can live equally.